All right, everybody, welcome back to the Find a New Way to Live Challenge. Today we're going to be talking about our mission and vision. That's going to be an important concept for you to be able to understand, but before we get started on that, I want to take a second to kind of reflect back and to acknowledge all the progress that we've made so far. You know, up until this point, we've talked about quite a bit of stuff, and I know that if this is a new way of thinking or these are some ideas that maybe you haven't been exposed to before, it may take a little while for this stuff to sink in, but I want to kind of reflect back to in the beginning when we first started, where we talked about our own personal definition of success. So if you have some time, I'd like for you to take a look back on your definition of success and see if it's changed since then. And I'd like for you to be able to acknowledge if you are living up to that definition of success and to be able to let that idea sink into your mind, because that's going to be the process of allowing this Find a New Way to Live to be able to be incorporated into our life. Is that we're going to have to get exposed to these new ideas. We're going to have to evaluate who we are, what we believe in, what we want, and then make a conscious effort to start moving in that direction. So from there, we identified our target. We talked about what areas of our life we want to improve. If we want to improve our relationships, if we want to improve our career, if we want to improve our health, that's for you to decide. And we've talked about that. So just take a second and reflect on that. From there, we started to talk about our own personal goals. We started to talk about what we want to accomplish in the next 12 months. We identified our major definite purpose. We talked about our influences. We talked about the people that are in our lives that are actually shaping the way that we live. So all this stuff is going to formulate into a mission and vision that we're going to be able to incorporate in our lives. So when I start talking about a mission and vision, I want you to be able to understand that every successful business or every big corporation in the world operates by a mission and vision. And what that means is that they have a clear definition of who they are, what they do, the values that they live by, and the people that they serve. And that's what I want you to be able to have in your own personal life, is I want you to be able to clearly understand who you are, what you want, and how you're going to go about achieving that. So for our mission statement, I want you to think about how you want to contribute to this world. What is it that you have to offer? Maybe it's your special talents, your gifts, maybe it's some things you want to learn about, but what is it that you want to contribute to this world? At this stage in our life, we may just want to be a productive, functioning member of society. We may just want to be a father. We may just want to be a mother. We may want to be able to build a steady foundation in our life to be able to grow from. And the good thing about this mission and vision statement is that it's going to change over time. And that's a process we have to allow as well. But we need to be able to start where we are. So write out a statement that says how you want to contribute to this world. What is it that you want to do? How do you want to offer? How do you want to give back? What is it that you want to do? And from there, I want you to start thinking about your vision, right? So your vision is kind of like a long-term, what are we working towards? You know, back in the day, before there was maps and there was GPS and there was ways of transportation, you know, a lot of people looked up to the stars to be able to focus as to which direction they were going to go. Obviously, there's the North Star. There's a lot of ways that people were able to identify which way they were going to travel based on where certain things were. That's what I want you to do with this vision statement. I want you to be able to identify how you would love your life to be. So that's the question for your vision statement. How would I love my life to be? What would that look like for you? And the good thing is that that's going to be personal. That's going to be different from everyone else. That's going to be unique to you. So think about that. How would you love your life to be? Maybe you just want to be productive in a job. Maybe you want to get a degree. Maybe you want to get a better paying job. Maybe you want to be a better father. Maybe you want to be a better friend. Maybe you want to be able to contribute to your community. But think about that and think long term, how you would love your life to be. So think about a year down the road, 5 years down the road. How would you want your life to be? Maybe you want to be in a position where you own a home and you have a decent paying job and you're able to provide for yourself and your family and give back to other people. So think about how you would love your life to be. Maybe you like to live by the ocean, or maybe you like to have a beach house on the ocean. That's for you to decide, and it's up for you to be able to define how you would love your life to be. This isn't something that anybody can tell you how to live. This is not me trying to tell you what I think you should be doing or anyone else telling you how they think you should be living. This is about you and what you want. That way you have that North Star, that guiding light that you're working towards. Because once you get out or once you complete wherever it is you're at right now, there's going to be a lot of stuff that just bombards your life, and you're going to be getting influences and input from every direction in your life. But the point of this Find a New Way to Live is to be able to have an understanding of who we are and what we want. That way we can continue moving in that direction when all these distractions start to pop up. So I want you to think about that. How would I love my life to be? And know that this is going to change over time. This isn't set in stone. So right now, where you are, where you're at with what you have, how would you love your life to be? From there, we're going to reflect on our values. And I know we just talked about this recently, but it's worth talking about again. I want you to be able to write out your top 5 values once again. That way you can imprint them in your mind. That way you know who you are and what you want and what you're working towards. Because when you have an idea of what your values are and you know what your mission and your vision and your values are, your destination, your path, your journey becomes a little bit clearer. You're able to start staying focused on what you want. You're able to avoid the distractions. You're able to move in that direction. And the best part about it is that you feel fulfilled while you're doing it. This isn't something that someone else is telling you what to do or saying that you have to do. This is you doing what you want to do, which is the most important thing. I want you to be able to reflect on your values, your mission, your vision. Think about this stuff daily for a while till it imprints in your mind, until you can talk about it without looking at it, till you're able to tell your friends and your family what your mission and your vision is in this world. If you're not able to understand who you are, what you want to do, and what you would love to do, then once you get that freedom back, you're not going to know which direction to go. You're going to get caught up with what everyone else is doing, with what everyone else has, with all of the drama and chaos that's going on in the world, and you'll lose all this work that you put in about finding who you are and being able to identify what you want. And last but not least, I definitely want you to be able to reflect on your major definite purpose. So if you go back to the lesson that we talked about on goal setting, where we identified our top goals that we want to accomplish in the next 12 months, and then we picked out that one goal that if we were to accomplish within the next 12 months, it would have the greatest impact on our life. Write that out once again, because that is the most important thing for us to stay focused on over the next 12 months. After you do that, what you should have is a one sheet paper of your mission, your vision, your top 5 values, and your major definite purpose. So this is one right here. I want you to be able to hang this up where you can see it every single day. That way you are able to know who you are, what you want, what your values are, what your major definite purpose is. And I can guarantee that if you focus on working towards these goals every single day, working towards what it is you want, in a very short time, you'll be able to accomplish it. And once you accomplish it, you reevaluate. Once you get out and you get a place to live and you have your children back in your life and you have a decent job and you're making enough money and you're contributing to everything that you want to contribute to, you're able to ask yourself, what now? And it's at that time where you can come back and reflect on all these lessons that we've talked about, all these new values and principles and new belief systems that you're trying to allow to come into your life. You'll be able to incorporate them and you'll be able to see them come into life. And then at that point, you can reevaluate and do the process all over again. So for today, what I want you to have right now, by the end of this lesson, is I want you to have a clear mission statement. Who you are, what you want, how you want to contribute to this world, your vision, how you would love your life to be, your values, your top 5 values that you plan to live by, and your major definite purpose. And I want you to reflect on these every single day until they're burned into your mind and you just unconsciously work towards these without even having to put any effort into it, because you know who you are, what you want, and the path you're taking to get there.